Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy Fears video with Fat Phil, and in this video, I'm going to cover the 5 ways that you can passively farm some of the harder to get relic materials in the game, right? So I've talked a lot about relic materials and I've given you some other advice, but your primary relic materials that I think players really have a problem obtaining are your carbonite circuit boards and bronzium wiring. Not that the rest of these can't be, like I'd say chromium transistors are very easy to get, but like your heat sinks, there's a strategy to obtain both of these pieces that I've covered before. I can link that in the video description down below. With the electrum conductor, these pieces down here, these 4, it's kind of just one of those things that, look, it sucks. You just got to do it. There's no strategy of this piece is better than this piece. Here, these 2, there are strategies. With the carbonate circuit board bronzium wiring, there's not strategies as to what pieces to necessarily scrap. There's some nodes that you can really take advantage of, but there's also some passive farms that I want to show you guys that will really jumpstart your, I guess, progress in these 2 areas. It will give you the tools necessary that you won't have to spend as much time deliberately farming those 2 pieces of gear. So let's dive right on into this list, guys, right? The 5 ways that you can passively farm. So the first one is assault battles. So I have Imperial Troopers here as a placeholder because they can complete 2 assault battles. There's the Bounty Hunter Imperial Trooper assault battle, and then there's the one for Empire where you go against the Ewoks. So guess what? These guys not only have the Imperial Trooper tag, but they're also Empire. So 2 birds with 1 stone here. Really good team. That's 2 assault battles. Let me show you some math here. And I don't have an assault battle open, but this one right here where we're going to battle Jedi. For challenge tier 2 and 3, so the 2 challenge tiers at the end, you can earn relic. You can earn these relics for rewards. The first 3 pieces here, right, carbonite circuit board, bronzium wiring, and chromium transistor, you're going to get 10 per challenge tier, right? So 10 per challenge tier. You're going to get 5 erodium heat sinks and 3 electrum conductors per challenge tier. So you complete challenge tiers 2 and challenge tier 3. You're getting 20 of these pieces down here, 10 erodium heat sinks, and 6 electrum conductors. So keep those numbers in mind as we go through some stuff here. So over the course of a year, from 1 assault battle, you can get 240 carbonite circuit boards, 240 bronzium wiring, 240 of these, 120, and then down here it's 72, right? That you multiply that 2 times the 2 tiers, right? So 10 times 2 is 20, multiplied by 12, 240. So that's 1 assault battle. I can do 5 of them right now. I cannot do the Inquisitor one yet, and I cannot complete challenge tiers of the Night Sister one just because they're just crazy to do. So but that's still 5 assault battles that I'm doing both tiers for, which comes out to 1,200 carbonite circuit boards, bronzium wiring, and the chromium transistor pieces. It's 1,200 gear pieces from just doing an assault battle. That's not me deliberately going and farming something. That's just a indirect result of me farming Executor, farming Sith Eternal, and building an Imperial Trooper team or Jet, whatever team you're building. Again, if you can complete 5 of them. And as you progress through the game, you will get to that point where you're completing those things. So make sure that you're understanding that right away you're not getting that 1,200. You might only be getting 240. But as you're progressing, you're going to get more and more of them, and that starts adding up really quickly. So assault battles, guys, are fantastic, and that's why those Imperial Troopers are on here, because they get you 2 assault battles done. Another way to get 2 easy assault battles is farming Jedi Master Luke, or at least farming Jedi Knight Luke, but really Jedi Master Luke. So you get the Rebels against your Empire, right? The CLS Rebels is an easy 3-star, and then Jedi you need for the battling Separatists. Jedi Knight Luke is the best leadership character to complete challenge tier 3. So you get Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke, Hoda, throw 2 other Jedi in there, and boom, you're done. So again, there's some easy ways to get assault battles done. Piece of advice number 2 is the Squad Arena Store. So Darth Sidious here as the placeholder because he's a reward out of here. But let me show you guys this. If you come on here and redeem, you guys can see my cat behind me too. There's Pippin. As you guys know, I don't edit videos because I think it's hilarious to watch the cats probably behind my head and eat that tree. So this piece right here, and in this section right here, you can earn some pieces for both carbonite circuit board and bronzium wiring. This piece here is a carbonite circuit board scrap. Let me show you. So you come in here and it's this piece here. So I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna find it. So look, I can get 180, which is not a lot. I'll show you guys. If you get first place every day, just as an example, you can do this 5 times a day, which these don't show up 5 times a day. So we're gonna buy that piece. So I can put in 20 of them now. So you're getting 60. Remember, it's gonna take, see down here, this 35 number, takes 35 of these worth of these pieces to get a full carbonite circuit board. So with 20 of them, I'm getting roughly, I think it comes out to, I guess with 10, right? If you do 10 of them, you're getting roughly 85% of the way. So 2 of them, you're getting about 1.7-ish carbonite circuit boards. If you guys do that every single day, that you just do, you buy this once a day, that's over 600 carbonite circuit boards a day. Sorry, 600 over the course of a year. Sorry, some crazy math there. So 2 in a day doesn't sound like a lot, but this is not a, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So over the course of a year, just by doing that once a day, you're giving yourself 600 additional pieces that you wouldn't have had. You can also buy gear pieces for the Bronzium wiring in there, pieces like these, so you can get 20 of them, which you do that once a day. I mean, you're looking at 3 Bronzium wiring, so you're going to get a good bit more of the Bronzium wiring there. So again, just doing small things like that is hugely, hugely, hugely important for your account. So that was the second way. Squad Arena Store, just once a day. And look, it's not expensive to buy those things with the prizes you get. If you place in the 100 range, so you get 600, you can do that 4 times a day. Right, or no, 3, what is it? Is the math 3 or 4? 3 times a day, and you'll still have some pieces left over. So again, it's not right away because you'll need to get some of these characters, but once you're ready and you start buying those things, that's hugely beneficial to your account. All right, number 3, right? And again, passive. I want to take a pause here. When I say passive, it doesn't mean that you do nothing to obtain it. It means that it's an indirect consequence of something that you're doing. That you're going to get your Squad Arena rewards regardless. So you can go in and say, you know what, once a day, I'm going to buy this piece. The assault battles, you've built the characters, so you're just reaping the rewards of building that character from the assault battle. Again, it's passive. It's not something that you have to actively go and farm a node for. The next one is Cairo Text. This is something I don't know if people realize this. So if I go to Iden Versio here, because she needs Cairo Text. So this piece right here, and I'll show you guys where they're, if you go onto the node, and I've covered this multiple times because of how amazing it is, these pieces are needed for Bronzium wiring. And if I go to the computer on the dark side node, this piece here is a carbonite circuit board salvage. So if you farm Cairo Text, which is what I always recommend doing, you farm the Cairo Text, you can build up a stockpile of pieces for, see, look, if you guys don't believe me, where can I get these pieces? Cairo Text. And then if I come over here, where can I get these pieces? Cairo Text. So now you're farming Cairo Text because that's the primary thing you need. And then I'm getting, this is a couple days, this is probably like a day or day and a half's worth of these pieces, but you're going to give me over 10 Bronzium wiring for that? Heck yeah, do that every day. I mean, you're making crazy, even if you only get, say, 25 of these, so you get half of that a day. You're still getting close to 5, you're getting over 5 Bronzium wiring a day. That's over 1,500 a year, guys. That's just, again, simple multiplication, right? It's huge. That's on top of the Cairo Text you're getting. So you're not having to spend crazy amounts of resources going and farming a certain node for these. You can just do it while you're farming Cairo Text. Whoa, how did he get down here? You guys knew this was coming. Our King Wampa, he doesn't need as many Cairo Text. He does want Relic materials. For him to hit Relic 8, guys, I need you to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers. So guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's get down into it. Let's continue our list of the 5 ways to passively farm relics. So you have Bronzium data cards. So I have Mace Windu here because he's a reward from those Bronzium drops. But if you come in here, and this can be a little bit tedious, but you get 10 of these free a day. And even if you just sit here and button mash, right? You're just going to come in here and button mash. You're earning stuff that you can use for salvage, right? Like I can use those pieces for salvage for Bronzium wiring, carbonate circuit boards, right? Like here, look, pretty sure that's a carbonate circuit board piece. So you do that a couple times a day, even if you just do this to get enough to do 10 a day. As I showed you guys, 10 a day still can net you. Pippin, can you stop messing with the Christmas tree? Gosh, he's just so disrespectful, guys. Cats are the worst. Just kidding, I love my animals and I would never trade them for the world. Even you, Pippin. But as you guys see, you're gaining those pieces. And yes, it can be tedious, but that's passive. That's just stuff. You don't have to sit here for an hour and do that. You do that for maybe a minute a day and you reap the rewards in your scavenger. And you can start trading those things in. And just let me show you guys just how much 10 does, right? So there's 10, right? But if I go down to 100 for everything here, right there, that's 11 pieces. I mean, that's significant. You know, you think about that. You do that a couple times, you do that once a day, and you can maybe trade in a couple of these pieces. You're gaining a lot of carbonite circuit boards just by passively doing stuff. That one's a little bit, you're getting those Bronzium. The reason I have that as passive is because you get those ally points just from playing the game, and they're just a consequence of playing. So the last area is daily challenges, and I have Tarkin here as that placeholder because he's one of the bosses you face in these daily challenges. But you think about some of the gear in here, like even this piece, your battle keypads, some of these Mark IV droid collars, these pieces here. You're gonna get more of these than you know what to do with. And if you guys don't believe me, let's go over here to our chromium transistor pieces. I mean, just look at how many of these things I have right now. I've got over 2,000. I've got so many pieces in here that I just don't know what to do with. So I need a way to trade some of these things in here. And then if you came down, I think Bronzium wiring, it's the same thing. Yeah, like I've got all these pieces that I don't know what to do with. So if I was even going to trade in, just call it 1,000 of these, which is not an absurd number, right? Like that's not an absurd number to think that you're going to obtain that over the course of a year. That's not absurd that you get 1,000 extra of these through the course of a year. It's not. So that's 47 Bronzium wirings for a single piece. You multiply that by a couple of pieces that you get from challenges, and that's a couple hundred pieces of gear that you did literally nothing for. So hopefully this helps you guys. I'm sure you can hear Pippin and my other cat Dobby playing with the Christmas ornaments from my tree. But guys, that's the list. And I think this is the best way to passively farm these things because it is so important. If you're not obtaining these relics, right, just in these simple ways, it's going to save you time because sure, at some point you're probably going to need to go to light side 1D and farm these relic materials here, right? This is the best way to like farm carbonate circuit boards. The other thing I will mention, I will show you guys in the dip because people will comment about it. This pack here for Bronzium wiring is not worth it. This is not worth it at all. Just go farm Cairo Text and you'll do much better. The one for carbonate circuit boards, I don't mind this one. I've bought this plenty of times. I actually bought it the other day and I got 200. Here, let me see. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on my phone. Probably not, but I'm going to try and show you anyway as proof. So you guys can see, here we go. So look, I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably looks horrible. I do apologize. But yeah, there's no way you guys saw that, but whatever. So there's 200 that I got, which is well worth it. The reason I say I don't mind this pack is there's a 65%, the 35 for 100. This chance here is not worth it. It's more beneficial to go farm it. But the 150 and above, I'd say at the 150 kind of break even. That's, a like for like trade. So you have a 65% chance in this pack of breaking even, right? There's a 35% chance you lose money and at least a 65 that you break even because 150 breaks even and anything above that is bonus. So I don't mind this pack. I'm probably not going to buy it again right now because I have some time, but Again, guys, I just wanted to mention that this is a pack that sometimes can be worth it. Just know you're gambling. As always, guys, this is a gambling pack. This is one of those things that they can get you with. But it is worth mentioning that this one and this one, garbage, don't buy them. But the Carbonite Circuit Board one can be worth your time. But that's the video, guys. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. As always, smash that subscribe button, leave a like, and remember, in all things, guys, Wampa is king, and he wants to hit Relic 8. He just needs you to get this channel over that 5,000 threshold. I love all of you. May the force be with you. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.